Well, hello people, welcome back to the Master Chief Collection. Here we are, level 9 out of 11. We are now on Cortana, the most horrible mission ever made in any video game ever. Yeah, so that's really about it. You should all know the drill by now. Competitive time, easy difficulty, no skulls on, and we're going to go ahead and get straight into this and get it done within the part-time of 15 minutes. So let's go. Alright, so once the level starts, you just want to move along forward here, jump over and around and avoid all these spores here. And then there's going to be a few, I say a few, there are an absolute shit ton of Cortana and Grave Mine cutscenes in this level. What I've done is I've fast forwarded all of them, as they're extremely irritating. When you get to this room here, you can actually get out of the room before these spores infect the brutes and they kind of wake up from being dead. You're going to have your first of many Grave Mine cutscenes here. It's fast forwarded up to 2 times speed as well, and while these are actually happening, what you want to do is you want to jump and then press the crouch button as well, so you like jump, crouch, jump, crouch, jump, crouch. So that moves you along a little bit. And once you get to this room here, you want to jump up here, over and around. And this is kind of a bad room to be in because you can get overwhelmed quite easily, so you need to jump over here. And then sometimes I think it's an elite form, he'll charge you with a sword. And so you want to take him out as soon as possible. Avoid all these pure forms here. Sometimes they'll transform right in the way, which is extremely irritating, so you can't actually get past them without killing them. The carrier forms are going to be the bane of your existence a little bit, as they can drop your shields extremely fast, as you saw them. Here we've got our second Grave Mine cutscene, and once again you're jumping and crouching, so that's quite good. A nice little way to still gain a few feet. And you want to move around here. As you can see, there's like another, I'm going to use doorway in inverted commas. I'm not actually going to say what I think it looks like, but you can actually you can slide jump all the way down here, and if you do it right, you can actually slide jump all the way here like I did. I was a little bit off to the right, but I still managed to get in there just as the Cortana cutscene was playing. Move around here to the right, and then you want to move around to the left, but before you do that, pick up the brute shot. And then it doesn't matter which weapon you use because we're going to be getting rid of both of them. And then you want to pick up this sword here. A few people might have been seeing guides where you pick up the gravity hammer. I'm not the biggest fan of using the gravity hammer. I prefer to use the sword. Jump down here, so where the level kind of really gets going. And you want to try and stick this pure form in front of you. My grenade actually goes between his legs, so I have to sword him. Not that it really matters. Definitely pick up that cloaking. We're going to need that in a second. Get rid of this pure form again. Sometimes he's in his ranged form. Doesn't really matter. At this point, get out the brute shot, take out that carrier form, and take out this carrier form just here. And then immediately you want to turn to the left. Now we're in the most difficult part of the mission. It's still, we are on easy difficulty, so it isn't as hard. But for instance, you could spend quite a few hours trying to do this on Legendary. If you are doing this on Legendary, then move up here. And then when you get to this point here, if you actually made it this far, activate your camo. And all these guys are going to run past you. So that's kind of a way to do it in Legendary. I'm sure someone else can make something of that. And then sword these 2 forms that could just come around here and clear up anyone else that's left. That's the best way of getting through that part of the level. I think the community have called it Hell's Hallway, I'm pretty sure it's called. Another Grave Mine cutscene, he starts screaming and shouting. Move around here through another, like I said, doorway. This is the most difficult room I find actually to get there. I also failed quite a few times in this room purely because I just spent too much time trying to jump, as you can see here. So you want to jump onto that there, jump up here. And most of the time what will happen is I'll get knocked down, then I'll just like spend too much time clearing everything else. So it didn't really look good. So I kind of wanted to get the best run recorded for you guys. While you're moving around here, reload the brute shot. And then you want to move around just here. There's going to be quite a few pure forms here and just another few combat forms. Take all these guys out. And this is why I like the energy sword, because it is one hit kill. Make sure this area is actually clear before you jump. I actually chose to jump there because he was like changing into his ranged form. Or his combat form, so I actually chose to jump there so he couldn't actually do anything. Because I did once I actually jumped across there and he just knocked me back. And that was extremely irritating. Another Cortana cutscene. Once that's all done, you're going to walk through here, move around to the left through this like archway, really not too short to call down, through another, like I said, doorway, inverted commas, and you're going to end up in the reactor room. Turn to the right here, and then you just got to. It's going to be a straight foot shot for Cortana now. As I'd probably been playing this level for about an hour, so I do take a few wrong turns in the whole escape sequence. As I was very excited that I actually done it. I have to play this level again for a while. Excuse me. And yeah, so then it's just a straight shot. You want to move. It's just to the right here, where the sort of makeshift bridge is. And then you want to keep on moving. Just watch out for any of the combat forms. They can actually knock you off, which happened to me a few times. And then this whole hallway sequence is going to be sped up to 4 times speed, as it is literally just a Grave Mine and Cortana cutscene, and then like a bit of walking, and then another Grave Mine Cortana cutscene. Move into here, break the stasis field. Now you've got Cortana, and now we are on the escape route. So like he says, we're going to try shooting our way out. We're going to try mixing things up a little bit, and that is literally all we are going to do. Last cutscene just here of the grave mine. He's now screaming and shouting that you've managed to rescue Cortana, which he's not too happy about, and we are all done with them. Now it's just purely we've got to escape, but before we do that, we obviously got to take out the generators to hurt the grave mine. But then once we get to that part, it's just literally shoot your way out. Doesn't matter what weapons you use. But here I actually wanted to pick up a replacement energy sword, so I had to move back a little bit, and I picked up a invisibility as well, or active camo, as you are going to need that. So it's not so much need it, but it could come in handy. I actually forget to use it in just a second, which you'll see why. So each one of these reactors actually only takes one brute shot. I fired 2 by accident. So if you do run out of brute shot, you should still have some grenades, which is extremely good. So 1 brute shot to each of them. Turn around, and then you want to move to where the locked door is, and then just start taking out all the flood forms that are just there. Generally, the level is pretty much done with now. All you've got to do is you've got to get to the exit within the fastest time possible. Like I said, I do take a few wrong turns, so I was quite excited about actually beating this level. So yeah, now the grave mine's going to be enraged. This guy's going to jump through, and you want to just run. So you jump through this hole here, down. It's extremely linear anyway, the level, but I still managed to get myself lost, so you know. And we're going to do a reverse version of Hell's Hallway here. And this is where I actually take a wrong turn. I actually turn left here, where you're actually just supposed to go right. So when you get to this point here, you turn to the right, not the left. And definitely don't do that, because I almost died here. So I think that's why I'm pretty sure I was panicking. Ended up in this area thinking it was actually another area, which you'll see in just a second. So I got kind of confused. I was like, oh, right, fair enough. So I come out here, I'm looking around. Then I remember you got to go this way. So take out those 2 carrier forms. Move around here. And there we are. We are now back on track. It does, like I said, doesn't matter really which weapons you use. I would recommend keeping the energy sword though, and the brute shot, because they do seem to be the best at taking out enemies. But like I said, I think I've said in the previous video, dual wield plasma rifles, they take flood apart pretty quickly. So now it's here you want to activate your camo. I actually completely forget to do activate mine, so I end up kind of getting cornered here, and I lose a few seconds. And it doesn't exactly look extremely good. So it's kind of irritating. But like I said, activate your camo there and you'll be able to get through. This pure form burst through, and this is the point I got confused with just a second ago. So that's why I ended up going down here. Oh, sorry, down there. But that's it. Pretty much level's done now. Just a straight shot to the exit. I do decide to use my camo in just 1 second when I actually get to the room where the Arbiter's there with the flamethrower kicking ass. But you just jump down here. There we are. I'm just like looking around now. I actually go the long way round. Here, like I said, I was very excited and still kind of confused. Go the long way around once again. I don't know, looking back on those recordings, I did record it a few days ago. But there we are. This is now the last room. You got a carrier form up there, and then a few combat forms, another carrier form. I think it's around this point Cortana's going to say I'm reading a friendly IFF tag who's crazy enough to come in here. But that's it. I activate my camo in just a second to get to the level. All you've got to do now is you've just got to get into the Pelican, and once you do, run straight to the back of the Pelican. That is it, people, for this level. Last level, Halo 3, coming out tomorrow. That will be Halo. As always, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more videos coming out soon.